Welcome to the show. I'm honored to have you here. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm very excited about your book. Tomorrow, it is out.
Tomorrow, yes.
Are you excited?
Really?
Yeah,
really
good.
excited.
Are you enjoying New York? Do you like coming to New York?
I love New York. I mean, I came here to give my UN speech a long time ago, and I visited the Statue of Liberty, but since then, like, nothing else, just driving, going to eating food, shopping. That's all I do in New York.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating food and shopping. That's what
Yes.
New York is for, yeah.
Yes.
It's fun.
I've heard about the pizza here, so.
Yes.
Is it Joe's Pizza?
Yes, Joe's. I like Joe's,
The
yes.
queue was so long, like, I didn't get it, but.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I will go with you.
It's my one goal on this trip.
I think you're allowed to skip
Yes.
the line. Yeah. You're allowed, yeah. You're Malala, yeah. I heard that you collect souvenirs of different places that you go.
Yeah.
But it's a certain type of souvenir. What do you collect?
Pens.
Yeah, and you collect them?
I mean, some people say the pens disappear. Some people say that I steal them, but you know, people can say whatever.
You steal people's
You have
pens?
a lot of pens here.
No, these are my pens. These are not. See, I would
If
be.
they go missing,
I
you
would
know.
love to give you a pen. This is a
Yeah,
pen.
don't check my bag.
No, please. No, this is a gift. This is a gift from me to you. Please, it's my
Thank you.
pen to you.
Thanks.
Thank you for not stealing it.
Yeah. I was gonna take it anyway.
Before we talk about your book, which, by the way, is out tomorrow, I'm very excited. You also have a new project you just started called Recess.
Yes.
Can you talk about this? Because you've already done so much for girls' education
Yes.
with your Malala Fund. But this summer you launched the Recess, which is about sports. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so, you know, I grew up in a conservative community in the north of Pakistan. And in those villages, sports is prohibited for girls. And I remember in our school recess time, the boys could go to the local playground while I had to stay behind with other girls. So we couldn't really play. And, you know, that's what I want to see differently. I want the recess time for girls to be the same as boys. They can play any sports, and that's why my husband and I launched this sports firm called Recess, and we are now investing in women's sports opportunities to really fill in the gap. You know?
Yeah, of course. Good for you. I have two little girls who are very sporty, but I am all about women's sports. I think it's great that you're doing that.
Yeah, girls can do it.
Let's talk about Finding My Way. This is a very interesting book here. This kind of talks about your college
Yes.
years. And you have a big book tour, by the way, that you're doing right now. Your first guest on the tour is Jenny Han, who wrote The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yes, that's tomorrow in New York City.
That's tomorrow in New York
Town
City.
Hall.
Yeah. Have you watched The Summer I Turned Pretty?
Of course, yes.
And I have to ask, Team Conrad or?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're right. Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Have you discussed it with Jenny?
Yeah, so we had dinner like a week ago, and I even asked her, I said, you know, are you Team Conrad or
You
Team
asked her?
Jeremiah? I had to.
Yes.
I mean, everybody has the same question, right?
Yes.
And she said they're all like her children.
Oh,
and
please.
She loves them all equally.
Come on. It's Conrad. Give me a break. Come on.
Conrad.
I love this. I found it so interesting. Why do you want to write about this time specifically, your college years?
So, you know, I have been in this public eye for a very long time. And in college years, I grew as a person. I have talked about my friendships, love, mental health, and many other topics. So in college, you know, it has been learning more about myself and really finding strength in those moments of vulnerabilities. So I hope that people enjoy reading this.
Oh, of course they will. I mean, it's also to think about you and how you would just fit in winning the Nobel Prize and going to colleges. Like, the pressure right there is, can you go to parties? Can you do... I mean, seriously.
I was really concerned, and I grew up in a very conservative community. Of course, girls were not allowed to be in school, and my parents were also a bit strict. They wanted me to be careful because they were just worried what people would say. So in college, initially, I was really stressed out, but then I said, you know what, these are my years where I can decide what I wanted to do. So I went with my friends to parties. And
You did, yeah?
yes. And there was this party, it was called 1980s Aerobics.
Oh, yeah.
And I had...
That's a great party.
But I had no clue what it was. Because, you know, I'm not familiar with this music. I grew up in Pakistan. So I was like, girls, like, help me. So my friends actually got together and they sorted out my dress and my makeup and everything because I was wearing just like gray and dull stuff, and they said, no, we are going to add a bit of like a sparkle on your cheeks, and
Yes.
you're going to wear this like bright yellow top.
Leg warmers.
Yes,
Neon.
and a cap and sunglasses, and I was ready, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. There's so many great stories in here, but one thing that stuck out in my head is like that you were just talking about being a kid and being a John Cena fan. Yes, we all love John Cena, yeah. But you go from being a John Cena fan to now giving speeches. I mean, you're an icon around the world, and how do you make that leap, and what do you remember about John Cena? And
So growing up, we used to watch John Cena on television, and to be honest, like in Pakistan, we didn't know that much about the US or, but the only thing we knew was John Cena, Taylor Swift, and WWE, like,
Yes, okay, sure. That sounds about right,
the
yeah.
Titanic, of course. So
Titanic, yes.
everybody has seen it. So I would watch, wrestling, and then my brothers and I would try those moves on each other. Yeah. We had no clue I thought it was real. I found out it wasn't
course it's real.
When we moved to the UK, it broke my heart.
No!
Yes.
No, it is real.
It is real, right?
Sure.
Okay.
When you won the Nobel Prize, one of the first things you did was you opened a girls' school in Pakistan.
Yes.
And you, amazing. And you actually got to visit the school earlier this year. What was that like?
It was truly a surreal experience because I was witnessing the dream that I had, a school for those girls. So it is the first school in that whole village for girls, and the first class is graduating. And I remember sitting down with the first class who will be completing their education through that. And it was so rewarding because I was telling them that it's okay not to have all the answers, and I want you to have these experiences where it's excitement and it's nervousness and it's confusion. This is all part of your learning. This has been my journey as well, which is what I'm sharing and finding my way. But I know that it's so important to ask for help, whether that is your academic support or your mental health. And I hope that you will find your way. I found my way through all the difficult moments. You will too.
Wow. Is that kind of what you hope that people take from this book? Because if we know you as Malala, just from knowing you through the world and the news and what you've done for everybody, this is a different side of you.
100%. I mean, the first thing I want to tell people is my age. I'm 28 because I still see like kids on social media commenting that they thought I was a figure from the 18th century. Or that I'm like dead. And then I also meet people who are shocked that I'm not 15 years old anymore and I'm married. And I'm like, yeah, guys, like I am 28.
Yes.
I can't cook. I am married now and I love to play sports. I play golf. I'm really good at weightlifting. And of course, and I'm also an activist for girls' education because I was once a girl who was banned from going to school, and that remains to be my mission. But more than that, I am a normal person who loves to have fun and make mistakes and find more about herself and grow through that. And I'm sharing more of that in this book. It's my college life, marriage, mental health, and many other topics. It's a fun read as well. Of course, there are tough topics, but it's a fun read because I'm a funny person.
It's really, it is. You are. There was something, you wrote a nice paragraph in here for students that I think it would be nice if you don't mind reading something for an excerpt from the book.
Of course.
Do you mind?
To, yes.
I mean, I would be honored.
Yeah. So this was for the girls at the school that we support. You might inherit an identity and feel obliged to carry it, even as it crushes you. You may be certain of your path and have every step planned out. It's hard to imagine your allegiances, ambitions, and desires will ever change. But someday, when you didn't expect it, the river may rise and carry you away to a new place. You can try to fight it, swim upstream, cling to the rocks on the shore. It's safer to stay here, you think. to hold on to what I know and who I'm supposed to be. I had those thoughts too. Before I understood, we're always changing, always growing into an uncertain future. Let go, I wanted to say. Trust the water to hold you. Trust yourself to float.
Come on. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being here. Please come back. Malala Yousafzai. Finding My Way is available everywhere tomorrow. Stick around. We'll be right back, everybody.